On my desk, there's a few new icons. If you've got your computer and you're on my desk, I don't know if you will have the brand, sir, or not. That one's new and it popped up for me, and I don't know if you guys even have access to that. If you don't see it on here, go here to add apps. Sometimes you will find that there are apps that are hidden that you don't know are there. Okay.
Oh, I see it.
So you do see it? Okay.
I do.
All right. And you'll find all kinds of apps hidden in here, like military enrollments, Microsoft Teams, if you want to use that, setting up your direct deposit. All that stuff is usually hid. Hold on a second.
I'm in good classes.
Hello, Lisa?
Hi, Jenny. How are you?
All right. Getting ready to start the workshop. Were you having trouble logging in?
No, you know what? I had an accident, and I hit my head, and I've got a concussion still.
Oh, my goodness.
And I know. And you know what? It was an accident in the
Just
home.
double click it and the app.
I don't know what I was doing. I was sleepwalking. I don't know. Because I had
Mine was already
about
there.
turning a light
It was
on.
just down
Yeah.
there. You know, you can move
I
these
get
tiles.
I
And
get
just like,
Yeah, you can move
drag
that.
it.
Anyway, I just wanted to
But I don't do
give you a heads up on
anything
that.
itself.
Okay.
Well, probably the most
Okay.
often ones.
All right. Get feeling better. Talk to you soon. Okay. Bye.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
She was too helpful.
Okay, doke.
Absolutely.
So if you go on to add apps, you'll find anything that you've got missing. Okay, like if you're licensed in Illinois and you're going to use the Real Sure, it's here. Okay, I don't even keep it on my desk because of that.
Now, wait. That
Okay.
one for Illinois. What does that do?
Real Sure, that is the one where, let me add it here, where if you want to have the company give the seller a guaranteed offer on the home, okay, that's good for 45 days, you can go in here and you can do an address checker, okay? Give me anybody got an address in Illinois they want to give me?
Well, I mean,
One Whacker Drive.
I don't think they want to buy that.
I got a listing of 2315, 184th.
2315, 184th,
place. Oh, there it is.
Lansing, Illinois. There we go. All right, and what's your list price on it?
I just had a reduction of 205.
Okay, and then you'll click here, and it'll tell you whether or not they would be interested in purchasing the property. This home is eligible for Real Sure on location and price. You can request an cash offer through the Real Sure app at realsure.com/agent.
So you would send this to a buyer then?
No. So here's the thing. Let's just say you were getting ready to list the house.
Okay.
You've already listed it, so it's of no use to you at this point. But you're getting ready to go out and list the home, and the seller can be made an offer on this home from Coldwell Banker that is good for 45 days. And if they want to accept it, it's a guaranteed sell. So what happens is, let's just say they live in Lansing and they're going to move to Indiana and they need to get their home sold to move over here. If they go through Guaranteed Rate Affinity for their mortgage and they accept the offer from Coldwell Banker, Guaranteed Rate Affinity will give them a mortgage non-contingent on the sale of their home because it is a guaranteed sell. They don't have to take that offer, okay? And the beauty of that is the people who are moving to Indiana from Illinois, they can't do a contingent on sale over here. Nobody's taking them. Nobody's accepting one. So if they take this offer, they don't have to do a contingent on sale because it's a guaranteed sale. Because it's Coldwell Banker basically that's buying the house.
That's a discount sale.
Yeah.
Not for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be less than what you would get. That's why they give you 45 days. You got, like 30 days to try to market it and see if you can get some interest in it at the price you're trying it at.
This is a good backup because I've got sellers in Lansing who want to buy and are afraid of having two mortgages for too long. So.
Yeah. And honestly, I would recommend trying to get an offer on it.
So the mortgage company puts the offer in on that property? No. Okay. In other words,
Coldwell Banker, but
Coldwell Banker, but would buy the property.
Coldwell Banker is good for their offer.
Yeah.
So they'll loan on it before it closes.
Yeah.
I see. Oh,
Or
Yeah. you don't have to be contingent that way.
Yeah,
So-
the buyer comes into Indiana where there's not contingent on.
Right,
They-
exactly.
What if they're
Do they
not
pay a
buying?
commission on that?
Yeah. Yeah, my understanding was they pay a commission on it, yeah, because you're losing your sale. Yeah.
Did you mention if they weren't buying, if they were just selling? Was
If
that-
they're just selling, you can do it too. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a guaranteed offer, good for 45 days.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh.
Not in Indiana yet, but from what I'm hearing, it shouldn't be long before it is in Indiana. Okay. And they've got a list, something about market price caps here. So let's see what we can find here.
It isn't for everybody.
No.
It's a
Yeah.
discounted rate.
Yeah, of
It's like
course.
the
They're gonna
investor
get that.
coming and saying.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cheap price.
Yeah.
Like
but
how
if they
much.
just wanna
Exactly.
avoid it-
Too is what- Yeah, and I'm sure everyone's different. but-
Now, the one you.
Because they gotta turn around and sell it, you know.
Exactly.
They don't want the house.
They're not going to keep the
They got
house.
the
They're going to have
same-
to sell it.
Same expenses.
But
and
the
everything.
beauty of it is if the house does need work, they will determine whether or not it's worth fixing up. So then they would bring in probably the teams from Home Advisor that's working with Real Vitalize, and they can fix the house up and get more money out of it, then they would probably go that route.
And that might be the kind of seller that would go for something like this. They gotta put money into it and
Yeah,
what they need to go now and.
Yeah.
Or it's an estate, it's one out, get this thing sold.
yeah. Oh, estate sales are perfect for this, divorces, anything like that, where they want rid of the house.
What's the margin rate between?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, could be.
No,
that could
for
be-
Moxie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
So we've also, a couple of other ones that are new on here is the exclusive look. I went over this in the one of the meetings. I just want to go over the new apps real quick and then we'll get into Moxie, okay? So exclusive look is really nice. If you've got a listing that's coming up, you can put it in here, okay? Just click here to add a listing. You can put all the information in here and then agents in the company can actually go in and see it before it hits the market, okay? So, you know, if you're doing listing concierge, it's going to take a little bit to get it up and running. You've got a property, you're waiting for the photos and everything. You can put it in here and the agents in the office and the company, and this goes all over the country. This is not just in this area. You can pull up listings from all over the country.
I think you
Okay.
actually get an email, because I got an email and
Yeah.
it said it's exclusive look. I had no clue what it was.
Yeah.
Now I do.
Yeah, so you can search anywhere in the country. So these are just the ones that are around the Cherville area here. So, and if you have a buyer that you're having a hard time finding a home for, you can add wants and needs here. So like Joseph Robinson has a buyer that's looking for a 2-flat brick building, neighborhood Bronzeville, blah, blah, blah. So if you've got something coming up with that, they're looking up to 330,000, you can call him up and say, hey, I got a seller who's getting ready to list the perfect item for you, okay?
Oh,
And here we got somebody looking for condos in Stone Ridge condos in Munster.
so this reaches out to all Coldwell Banker agents.
Yeah,
in
only. Yeah, nobody sees this. This is first look. It's only, you gotta be with
And
Coldwell
this is
Banker to see
under that
this.
Real Sure? This is under Real Sure?
No, this is in my desk.
Okay,
It's
it's
in
its
desk.
own app. Okay.
It's its own exclusive app, right,
Before it's listed.
right, exactly. And I think that's all the new ones that you guys haven't really seen. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. All right. Okay,
Have you had anyone use that Real Vitalize yet?
no, not that I'm aware of. I don't get any notifications if anybody does, but nobody said that they used it. But it's, yeah, I would use that. I actually checked to find out. I actually contacted Dan when I was down in Tennessee with my in-laws, since they were working on fixing up their house. I mean, their house was built in 2000, 2001, somewhere around there. But the deck needs replaced now. And my mother-in-law, if my father-in-law got sick and couldn't go out and clean things, she thought that the way he was cleaning the windows on the outside was using a power washer. So she went out and power washed the windows. Anybody want to guess what happens when you power wash double pane windows? You bust every
I
seal.
was gonna say,
She busted every seal on every window. So they got to replace the windows. And based on the price of their home, you know, Real Sure would have been more than enough money to do the work. But there are no Coldwell Banker NRT offices anywhere in the state of Tennessee.
Really?
That's
I was ticked. I was like, really? But yeah, so I was going to have them do that. That way I knew, first of all, I knew they'd list with Coldwell Banker instead of that idiot down the street, Jackson Real Estate and Auctions, whatever. You don't get anything sold. Signs all over the place, but nothing ever sells. Okay, MoxiPresent. Guys, we've got, when we go out to a listing presentation, and you guys have probably heard me say this before, you know, if you're using the MLS for your listing presentation, it's like everybody walking in with the same listing presentation. They all look exactly alike. There is nothing different about them. All right. If you use Moxie, you're going to be able to give a much better listing presentation that's going to set you apart from everybody else.
How come I don't have that screen?
Did you go into did you click on the Moxie app?
Those are just,
Oh, that's just yeah, these are the ones that I've done.
Those are files.
Yeah, these are, yeah, like some of these are, I could get rid of. I just got to get them clean. I should clean that up. There was only 2 of them on there that I actually used, these first 2. So we're going to create a new one. Okay, so we're going to click create new. And we can do a buyer presentation to take them out and show properties down here of the buyer tour. This will help you give a guide to your clients for the properties they're going to go out and see with you. You can get a buyer presentation here. Okay, create a CMA on a potential property, and we're going to do the seller CMA. Okay,
buyer, you're going out looking at one house
right.
these days.
I know.
And then
Yeah.
tomorrow,
Okay.
another house
Another
Yeah.
house, yeah.
that just came on the market.
Yeah.
Just happened.
It's for the seller.
Yeah. Something's wrong. This isn't good.
You continue at the bottom?
I hit continue.
Yeah, but I clicked seller and click continue.
It takes a minute.
I know, but it came up no template for me.
Oh,
I have to, I can always open up one of them that's already there, but okay, it seems like it's, there we go. So you'll have access to several templates. You have the default seller CMA pages only, just 13 pages. If you're going to use Listing Concierge and you already know which one you're going to use, they have them with the built-in presentation for Listing Concierge. So this one is if you're going to use the gold package. This is if you're going to use the platinum package. This one's if you're going to use the silver package. Okay. This is a pre-listing presentation. Okay. Recruiting, seller presentations. Some of these are not going to be able to give you comps, but I want to pull up, I'm going to pull the silver Listing Concierge presentation. Okay. This has in it the 12-minute listing presentation. Now, do you guys want to see that, or do you want to see the full-blown presentation? Because this is something, the 12-minute listing presentation is something that I've been wanting to go over with you guys. If you want to see the full-blown, we can do the full-blown.
how long is the full blown?
It's 19 pages. See? With comps and everything.
Well, that's a 12-minute one.
And
Yeah.
How much is the,
what would it?
Oh, they've incorporated that into it. Okay, so we're gonna just go with that then.
The silver.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the silver.
Yeah.
I
12 minute 18.
had asked if they could incorporate that into it, and they did. Nice.
Okay,
Right.
we'll just watch your screen.
So continue, and we're gonna go prepared for seller Jones. Okay, you put your seller's name in here, and if you're dual license, pick your MLS. I'm gonna use Ganar. Create, and give it a minute. Don't panic when it sits there and looks like it's doing nothing. It's not. It just takes it a minute. There we go. Now we're spinning.
What if I turn this off?
Yeah, that
Should
might
be
help.
better?
Yeah, I think that's a little
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Good,
There's
thanks.
this one too.
Yeah. But he's taking notes, hand notes, and so. All right, so now we're in. Okay, so you can copy data from an MLS number if you want for your current property that you're doing the CMA on. Anybody got an MLS ID? An MLS number? Let's see here. Let's opportunity to use yours.
I've got one if you need one.
All right. Let's. Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
not presenting on this one, but
Go for it.
or should I try to find one that maybe this house was listed before? Because I do have one coming up, but
If you've got, yeah, if
I don't
you've
know
got
if
a
it'll
listing
come
coming up and you search the address, well, I'll be more than happy to use it.
they might have been living there for too long. We'll see. Actually, no. Let's just go with
Okay.
Shit, I forgot the address now. Damn. Sorry, I don't know it.
You got an ID?
No, I don't. I just have the address.
Okay.
I was wondering if you-
Oh, shoot. No, I can't remember my password. Great.
I'll give you an address.
I have one.
You need an MLS.
Okay, just give me an MLS number real quick.
458768.
458-768. How many times have you been in here when I've done this and somebody pops one off like that every time? It's
Well,
the
that
first
work,
time.
it's an expired one that
Yeah.
I'm looking to relist.
I was trying to find one.
There we go.
That I'm actually going to.
So when you plug in an expired listing or canceled listing or even an active listing, it's going to populate all the information from that MLS ID that you plug in, okay? So you've got the address is populated. The community obviously was not in there, so it didn't populate. Okay, school information was not in there. But your information down here,
What was what?
okay?
Mm-hmm.
458.
Everything, even your remarks will populate,
458.
okay? And this is the price and it was an expired listing and that was the list price of it. Okay, so you've got all the information on the house. Click next. And now what it's going to do is it's going to pull up houses in the general area of that home that might be able to be used as comps, okay? So these houses look fairly similar. Okay, so this one is expired. Do you guys like to use expireds in your listing presentation?
No.
Only if they're too high and you
Yeah.
want to show them not
Yeah,
to go
you
there.
want
Yeah.
on the upper end.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like it if it's, Yeah. okay, so active, this is going to show you the properties that are competing against it. So this is how you're going to select them. If you click on the picture, it will give you the place to click. Now this one, so let's just say you want to look at it, you can click on it on the details tab here, and it'll give you the full sheet on it if you want to see more information on it before you select it. Okay. So if you're not sure on it, you can pull that up. Okay, and we've got another sold down here. We've got one that's contingent, pending.
So the ones you're populating are going to go on for the
Right.
listing presentation.
These are going to go onto the
Okay.
listing presentation. Correct. And I think we've got enough here to make a decent looking presentation. We have a
So
couple
they're
of
similar
experiments.
homes or the ones in the area?
These are similar sized homes in the area is what they're going to give you, because it's going to be, as you notice, they're all big homes. So
Is it-
obviously that was a larger home.
When you say area, do we know
It should be about a mile.
the delineation is a mile?
As what they always told me was a
Mile
mile. Yep. So you can sort your distance here.
Oh,
You sort by distance. So that's where it's sorting by. And you can click on radius here. And you can then do your own radius. So let's just say, so that's the house right there. And let's just say you want to go out.
Oh, we can circle it out then.
Yeah. Say you want to go out that far. You don't want to go any further than that. You can.
and what if you don't like some of the ones and you want to pull some other ones in?
Oh, you can. Okay.
Am I getting
And-
ahead?
Yeah, you're getting ahead.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, you could add in your.
No,
The
This
reason
one
is
addresses.
because
Yeah.
sometimes there's nothing in that area and you have to go to a competing neighborhood.
Right,
That's what an appraiser would do, so.
right. And you can do that by clicking right here and enter the MLS numbers. Okay. And I've known a lot of people who prefer to go to the MLS and pull their MLS numbers and instead of doing it by location.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
That's what I usually do. I go to an IR, I
Yeah.
do a list of MLS numbers and just pop them in rather
Then you
than.
go back to,
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
This is very similar to RPR, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, only this looks better when it's done, I think.
Yeah, a lot
Oh, is
better.
And this
Yeah.
updates on its own too. If you email it to them in a, what's it called? Not the PDF version, but
The link,
yeah.
send them the link to it, right.
And, I forget. I don't know, but anyway, if,
No, you send it to them. It'll be a link in an email. So,
so like if one of your comps is active and you mail it over and now it's gone pending, it'll show them it's pending. You know what I mean? It updates that way.
Oh, okay.
It changes the
Pretty cool.
status.
okay. So like I said, if you want to check out the details, make sure you click on details and it'll pull up the details for it if you're not sure if you want to use it. I'm not real particular about which ones I'm using right now. So I'm not going to worry about too much about that, but we're going to click continue. We grabbed a few of them here. All right, so we can look at the display order. How do you want them displayed? Change presentation status order. So if we want to change that, we can, so we want this, let's just say we want the solds to be first. Okay. And then we want to see the actives and the pendings, or we want to go sold, pending, active. If you had expireds and so on, you can change it. So let's save and it'll reorder them all. See, they just all changed down there. Okay.
Can you do it by price?
Yeah, you can. You can order by price, high to low.
I think it'll automatically do that. If you take the actives, won't they be?
Yeah, they'll be in order of high to low. Or you can also do active to sold, sold to active, price low to high, high to low, distance. So you can sort it by distance. Okay, you can do a custom sort order by days on the market, by the sold date, by the list date, by lot size even. You can sort it in many different ways. Okay, so over here we've got a list of properties that I pulled up. Okay, and we've got the ones over here. If you want to add more listings, you can click here and add more. If you need to add adjustments to it, like David, you're an appraiser, right? So you want to go in and add adjustments, you can. Just click here and you can just type in your remark and enter your adjustment. Just put in a plus or a minus. Okay. And if you want to add more, you just save and add another. So if you want to make your adjustments for the differences in the properties, you can do that.
On the adjustments, like suppose they have an updated kitchen,
Mhm.
do you have to put a price in there or is it?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Exactly. So, and that's all a matter of, you know,
If they may say.
yeah, did they put in cheap, you know, cabinets and laminate countertops, or is it high-end, you know, Amish cabinets and granite countertops? I mean, that's going to be a big difference there, you know, so.
A lot of sellers will brag, I got the best. These are cabinets are $50,000 per cabinet.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy.
So we've selected our properties. We're going to click continue. And you won't see the cabinets in my bathroom at Menards. Those were handmade by the Amish. I had to wait and wait and wait and wait for them.
She's the one. She's the one.
No, I waited 2 months for them to build those things. I was like, my God, I know they're doing it by hand because they need a saw or something. What are they doing, growing the trees? So your next page is going to be where you're going to come up with your estimated pricing, okay? So you can create a range. You can put your estimated market value. You can put remarks in here as to justifying that the price that you determine. So the estimated market value that the system's coming up with is $457.9. Okay, and that's based on the properties that are sold. So if you want to create a range, so you've got $457.9. So you can do it by a percentage. So let's just say you want to do 5%. Calculate. That's a big range at 5%. That goes you from
I wonder if
435.
That's what it was listed at, I'm sorry.
Hmm?
That's what it was listed at, so I wonder if that's why it's coming up that, or if that was right on the mark. In all the accounts, which would be a,
Base
quite
priced on
coincidence.
average sales is 420. I think that's just the estimated market value, probably going by the price of the house when it was on the market, if that's the price.
Mhm.
Average per square foot is 144. Price based on the subject property is 416. So your comparable properties, the average is 420. This is by square footage of the subject property is 416. So if you want to do a range, you might want to do 415 to 425. Okay.
yeah, no, we had it sold for 457.9, full price offer with the inspection waive. Still breaks my heart. And then they couldn't get their job transfer. And then they did after the buyers went somewhere else.
So if you wanted to do a range of 10,000 based on the numbers that are here, you could. Okay. But I think it's just a little more involved in it than that. And
Yeah.
I wasn't real particular
No,
about the
I just
properties I
wondered why,
chose.
if that,
Right.
if it came up because that was the price or,
Yeah.
which is what I think.
So you can put in the range, you can put in the remarks, you can put it in as just a dollar amount. Now,
Do you know if the, on the sold, is it just taking an average? You know?
the average is 420 on the sold. So yeah, it
So
did.
it's just average.
Yeah, it's the average. So your sold, the low was 377 and the high was 468. The average was 420. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of, there's more to this than, as you guys all know, there's more to doing a CMA than just picking the properties
Yeah,
that are
yeah.
around there and stuff. But yeah, so you got to look at that and determine what you want to price the property at. The key here is getting the presentation set up right. So pricing.
No, I just want to know the thinking behind it because.
Yeah.
Like if you were appraising a property, you don't average. The word average is a bad word, appraisal.
But if you also,
weight
yeah,
the comp that's most similar, which may not be the average of
Right.
the three, you know what I mean?
and
So I
then your
just wanna know
pending,
what's up.
the average price of your pendings is 454.
Yeah.
The average price of your actives is 534. I picked some interesting properties there, didn't I? So your estimated net proceeds, if you click on this tab, you got estimated price and estimated net proceeds. So here you're going to be able to put in your estimated net for your seller. So if your estimated seller price, let's just say, you said you had it sold for 457, right? Okay. And let's just say they've got a mortgage of 320,000. One mortgage, no second mortgage. So you're going to list it at 7%. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Listing office fee, 4%, selling office fee, 3%. Okay. Escrow fee. What do you see in these days on an escrow fee? Title insurance.
For that price, it's gonna be like $850.
No.
$95.
Oh, I-
Title insurance, what do you,
I'm seeing 250.
Title insurance is there.
Oh.
On what price?
Where are you getting 195?
It's gonna be over 1,000.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking, 1,200. 1,200.
Where are you getting 195?
The settlement fee to buyer and seller, most title companies.
Where do you go?
Where do you?
Okay, so your annual property tax on that house would be what, about 7,000? We'll go with that, about 400.
Yeah, that's high.
That's high.
Taxes
That's high.
are 49.14.
Yeah.
More like,
Sorry, I live in Illinois. Transfer tax, state, what's the percentage on that?
we don't have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm so used to city, my Illinois transfer taxes. Any repairs? So let's just say there's some repairs or anything that needs to be done. Any assessments? Okay, inspections, administrative fees.
445 in there.
445, yeah. Homeowners Association fee, let's just say that's 300. Maintenance fee, home warranty policy, let's just say about a home warranty. And any closing costs. Any other closing costs you guys can think of there?
Just to think of the buyer concession.
Yeah, like a warranty or something. Oh,
Okay.
we already put warranty. in.
Yeah.
The
So
closing
they put in
costs.
taxes, they figure.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
taxes.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, taxes are there. So let's just say that you want to,
The closing costs on the buyer side or seller side?
this is the seller side. This is what the seller is going to be paying. Okay,
So like if they offer 2,000 in closing costs, you put it in there.
right.
Well, is that common right now in this market in Indiana? Closing
No,
costs?
it's hard to get concessions. most.
Right, yeah.
So if you want to add any custom costs, okay, so anything that anything else that's going to be pertinent to this house that's not common, that's already on here. So if you wanted to add something, you would put that here, okay? And it's not just one, you can add multiple other costs, just click the add button. But they pretty much got about everything covered here,
Deed
Okay.
prep, maybe.
okay? What?
Deed prep.
Deed prep, yeah.
Depends.
75, here's one for you.
The seller's closing. costs.
Well and septic inspection. So let's just say that you got a house that's on well and septic. Your seller is gonna end up having to pay for that, and I don't even know what that goes for these days. I would say about $250,
Title insurance.
okay? Do you need a pest inspection?
Okay, so that,
Does the house need a pest inspection done? Okay, so let's just say that it does, $100. So any other fees like that that come up that are unusual fees, you would just add, okay? We're gonna click save. Okay, and you're not gonna see it happen here as a nice sheet. It's just gonna show this, but up at the top here, you can see what your estimated net proceeds are right here. Okay, mortgage and all.
Estimated seller cost 360.
Well, they've got a 300 and
Oh,
some
yeah.
$1,000 mortgage on, they got a $320,000
Got it.
mortgage, so 96,931 is their estimated net, okay? Continue. Okay, now we come to the presentation part,
Seller Jones.
and you can look at each individual page. Your agent profile, this is going to be the information that you have entered into the system up here under your account and setting up your profile. Okay. All of your contact information. Information about the company, #1 nationwide in real trends. Shows a comparison of our production compared to sales volume compared to a lot of other companies out there.
What I find interesting is everybody says they're number one.
Yeah. #1 Chicagoland, exclusive marketing, silver package. So it goes into the listing concierge silver package. Then it breaks down into professional photography, the property brochure, the single property website, the targeted online advertising, the just listed e-flyer, TV and online promotion, the neighborhood announcement, mobile brochures, the property tour, print advertising, Review magazine, area realtor notifications, internet marketing, getting started. It goes into what's happening now.
Question.
Yeah.
So if it's not in the price range, that would go into the view, then would that automatically eliminate that?
No, this is for if you're using listing concierge.
So it's in there even if it's a $300,000 property?
Yeah, the view.
If you're using, yeah, and if
Okay.
you're using listing concierge, it's going in there. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's a $100,000 property. If you use listing concierge on it, it's going in there. So if you want to add pages, so you want to add something, you can add from the library or you can create your own pages. Okay. So there's a whole library of other pages in here that you can utilize.
So that left-hand side are all the pages that'll be,
that are automatically in there. This is how you add
Silver
more.
package.
And you can remove them if you want.
Yes, you can. See, right here. See the X? You can edit them. Okay, so there is a page I want to find here. So we're going to want to add the pages about the property. So property summary, we want to add that. Listing location map, side-by-side comparison. Price and days on the market, estimate comparison, pricing analysis, net proceeds. Okay, now this adds in your other pages, okay, that you need for your presentation. You can add a few more if you want to. All right.
So now you got 25.
Right, now you've got 25. Exactly.
okay, I see.
Okay. And then I'm going to go to, got those, you. Okay. Go back here. Oops, went too far back, sorry. Back up here. Now, one thing I forgot to show you, good thing I went back here. If you want to add a custom listing, okay, not just an MLS, but let's just say you know that a for sale by owner sold down the street, you click on add a custom listing, it'll give you the ability to add that as a comp. Okay.
So where are they pulling that from?
No, you're adding it. If you're, if it's something that, if it's something that you know sold that's not in the MLS, let's just say you had a buyer and you sold them a for sale by owner down the street, you could add that as a comp.
Okay, so you have to enter all that.
Right. Those pop up or no? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so now at the end, we've got the, what we need to be able to see our pricing. So now we're going to click on the view here, and you can either do a print, which will create a PDF, or you can see it as a web view. So we're going to look at it as a web view. Okay, you can also click send and email it, which that's the one that if they save the link to in the email, they'll be able to see any changes that happen. If something goes under contract, gets sold, price changes, everything. It'll update as every time anything happens.
So it connects the seller right with the
Yeah.
MLS then?
Yeah. That CMA connects straight to the MLS. Okay, so we're gonna look at a web view of this. So if you wanted to do your presentation on your computer or your laptop or your iPad or whatever, you can, okay? So scroll down to start. Okay. And as you can see, it has animation and everything. We've already gone through all of this. You can see how it looks on the screen here. Professional photography, property brochures.
Does that include interior pictures for the comp properties? You know, it just shows the front picture. It doesn't show what the home looks like. on the
Yeah, I don't
inside.
think they can.
Yeah, you can get the multiple photos.
Okay,
You can. There is a page that will do that. But that makes your presentation get very, very long
yeah, that's,
when you start doing that.
so these are individual pages now that are just.
Right. These are the individual pages of the presentation as you would see them if you were doing your presentation on a computer. Like I said, you can also print them. It'll come out in a nice portrait style presentation.
I always take out the charts. I don't like
Well,
those charts for some reason.
I took out a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tried to keep it kind of at a minimum. So here we go with our information on the property itself. This is the house that you're wanting to list, information that you pulled from the MLS. And this is your comps and where they're located. Okay, now when you're in here, watch this. If you're doing it on your computer, you can actually pull it up, okay, and show the entire
Listing.
list, yeah, the entire listing to them. But you can't do that if you're doing it in the with the paper, okay.
But you can print them and put them.
Yeah, you could print them and put them separately, yes.
So at the presentation, you have this with
Yeah.
the seller.
You have the
You can
side
go
by
on
side,
another- You can go open up another window.
and if you
Go
click on the photo of the
Right.
house, so this is an active listing down the
Oh,
street,
this
let's
is- oh, you
say.
can do it right
Pretty neat,
there.
actually.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
okay. You
Yeah.
don't have to go on Cannae.
No, you pull it up and all the photos are there and everything. See?
Makes me want to do it
The
online.
problem is, well, my house shows better than this one.
You know what the nice thing about doing it online is? So let's just say you're going out to a listing presentation tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, and today you start your CMA. And tomorrow night, a price changes or something goes under contract. And you don't go in and change it on your paper version of it, they're not going to see that. With this, whatever it don't matter if it happened 5 minutes before you pull it up, when you sit down with them, it will show the correct pricing and everything. Okay, so this is a lot more accurate. So you can go right through all the photos with them there, see? So if you do it on your computer, it's a lot more efficient.
Mhm.
Suppose you could do both. You could bring a
Bring a
paper
print
copy
one,
and-
yes, that's what I recommend.
Especially if you can't connect. 'Cause you gotta
Yeah.
connect.
Okay, so your side-by-side comparisons. And then on your, next one is your price and days on the market. You know,
500 days on the market.
yeah,
Ooh, maybe.
it's over 500,000. If you look, you're 500, you got two of them out here that are way out. Must have been way overpriced. Okay, and this is your Zestimate. The Zestimates in this area come up 7% over. So basically what is happening is, you know, your seller is looking at Zillow and they're going, but Zillow said my house should be priced at this. In this neighborhood, Zillow is coming up 7% above where the prices should be. And it goes through each one, okay? And it shows you this property at 104 sold price, 468. Zestimate said it was a 572.
Also, the differential. if
Right.
you're Listing in the sale.
Yeah, and these are obviously lots, so these are not accurate, but okay. Sold price 377. Zillow says 388. 385. Zillow said 386. 449. Zillow said 458. So Zillow is at about 7% off. And you want to hear good? Is in my neighborhood. It's about at one point they were 15% off, and it was in the wrong direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were telling you your house was worth 15% less than what it was. Okay. Now this is your pricing analysis. Remember we did the range.
Mhm.
And this gives you the average price of the sold properties, price per square foot, and the net proceeds. See how much nicer it looks once it's all put together there.
7%, baby.
And
Hey.
445.
Yeah. And if you're using the listing concierge, you should be going for 6 or 7%. You're doing a top-notch, top-of-the-line marketing plan for them. Okay. So that's what it looks like when you do it on the computer.
So you Indiana agents, do you get 6 and 7s?
Oh, yeah. I don't get sevens.
Because I lost one, because I did a 7 and they sold it at 5%.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What kind of presentation and marketing were you offering them? What kind of presentation did you do and what kind of marketing were you offering? If you're offering them the same marketing and giving them the same presentation that the guy is at 5%, why should they pay you 7? You see what I'm saying? It costs you $249 to do the listing concierge, but you take a house, even at, let's just say a $200,000 house. I did it based on our average sale price in the office of $220. And if you get even 1% more out of that in that commission, it's well worth the $249. And I'm telling you, I used to get 7s and 8% listings all the time. That was what I took consistently. 7s and 8s. And the reason for it was because when I came back to Coldwell Banker and I saw that marketing plan, when I saw Listing Concierge, I picked up the phone, I called my husband. I'm like, you're not going to believe this. He's like, what? I said, they're using my old marketing plan and added TV. They added TV to it because that was basically the marketing plan that I did. The Listing Concierge Silver package. But I did all the work. I mean, I sat and I did that, every bit of it, creating those brochures, creating everything, the virtual tours, back then, you know how now you have the text to get the info. It was the toll-free call capture numbers. I know some of you guys remember those. And I had to sit down and record that thing. And sometimes it would take 10 tries to get it right. Yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, that was my marketing plan and people were willing to pay for it.
See, this would be nice and slick, and then if you brought some brochures with you that you use on another house.
Yes,
Touch and feel.
samples. Yes, I love samples.
The magazine too.
And
Yes.
the magazine.
Yeah.
Copies of the View magazine. I love samples. They love samples. Everybody loves samples.
You don't tell them it's $250. It's
No.
thousands.
No, they don't need to know what the price is.
So
It's
what if you've never done one? Do you get samples from somebody else? or-
Yeah, you can ask somebody who uses it.
I got plenty of samples.
And I'll bet you money Gina's got plenty of samples upstairs. All you got to do is, black out the other agent's information and
Or just staple your card to it. That's all.
Yeah. exactly. But once you use it, you'll get samples. You end up with some samples. You always do.
Use the ones from VHT.
Yeah, you never give
Yeah.
them, never give them all.
VHT, those ones.
Keep some of yourself.
Sometimes I order those, but if you're doing listing concierge, you're getting 25
Right.
super brochures.
Oh my God, they're
Oh.
gorgeous. They're
You
gorgeous.
get 25 of them?
And those are the ones you kind of leave in the house, not on the sign.
Okay.
Yeah.
Order the ones on the sign, from Express Stocks, like one-sided,
Yeah.
UV coated.
Yeah.
You can get 100 of those for like $56.
But-
The ones that are the multi-page ones that come from Listing Concierge are about 75 cents a piece, I think,
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. When the way I came up with my marketing plan back before Coldwell Banker had something like this, when I was doing it, was I sat down and I said, if I was selling my house, what would I want the listing agent to do for me? And that became my listing presentation and marketing plan. Okay.
You put yourself on the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
Basically.
Exactly. And, I was able to get the commissions, the high commissions because of it. I think the best compliment I ever got was an older couple. And they had this house, and you looked at it from the front, you'd swear it was a small house, but this sucker went back and back and back and back. They had added on to it like 3 times. It was huge. And I went out to do the listing presentation with them. And when I did a listing presentation, you're talking about leaving a paper version with them. I always got one of those, those plastic 3-ring binder notebooks that you get at the dollar store for $1, and they've got the place where you can slide something in the front, slide something in the back, and they got the pockets inside. Samples went in the pocket inside. The presentation, of course, went in the 3-ring, with rings, and the front would be the first page of your presentation, this. And then on the back, I had, we love referrals and a heart and, some neat stuff. But the page in the front that I would do, just like this, had my information on it. Okay, a little bit more elaborate than this. And this couple, they wanted to interview some other agents. It was like they was interviewing 3 other agents. So this was always my routine when they were interviewing someone else and they wouldn't give me the listing right there. I'd say, okay, well, hang on to this. Make sure you look at this before you decide to list. Make sure you look at this after you talk to everybody else. And then I would push it back on the kitchen table, dining room table, kind of away from them. I wanted them to leave it there. Okay. And this couple, they called me up a couple of days later and they said, we need you to come out and list the house. And they said, the reason we want you to list the house is we had an interview with one of the other agents last night, and he sat there stuttering and couldn't do his listing presentation. All he was doing was looking at your presentation. Finally, he said, I give up. I cannot compete with her. Just go list your house with her. Because he had seen my listing presentation and he couldn't stand it. He knew he couldn't compete with it. So why sit there and do the presentation?
Yeah.
But you know what he had? He had a CMA from the MLS, and that was it. That's what he walked in there with.
I was one speaker would say, leave the presentation like you just said, and then tell him you'll come back or call him.
Yeah.
Say you'll come back in a couple of days if I can come pick it up. Gives you another opportunity to sit down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know.
Especially when you walk back, but they still do the list. Say, as long as I'm here.
Yep. I mean, you can have it in a nice leather bound thing where it doesn't have any cover on it. But what I wanted was that next agent to walk in there and know who they were going up against, because I knew they couldn't compete.
Just think if you took your laptop in with an HDMI cord, plugged it into their TV.
Yeah.
Their big screen, 65-inch TV.
Here's a good
You
one.
did a listing presentation.
I had,
What would they say?
Have you tried that?
No, I just was thinking about it.
you know what I did want, I have done. I would always bring my iPad with me, and I would ask them, do you have Apple TV? And if they said yes, I would say, do you want to see the presentation on your TV or on my iPad? And they would always say on their TV.
Yeah, bigger than life.
Yeah. Yep.
Or you can put it on your laptop and you have pre-recorded your voice explaining each page of it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I've never been a big fan of trying to do it on the laptop myself, because you've got to have everybody where they can see it, and it's a little bit difficult. But if you can have an HDMI cord plug into a TV or a monitor or something.
One thing I thought was cool with this, I could always do that.
Right.
But
Oh, yeah.
I've not used it like that. So.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is good.
That can be a little challenging, but you know, and I don't mind having Mr. and Mrs. Seller on each side of me. The thing I don't want is them looking across from each other, because we all know that once a couple's been married for a while, they don't even need to talk anymore. All it takes is a look, and they know what the other one's thinking. So, you know, they're sitting there talking to each other without words and not paying attention to you.
I wonder if you showed them the screen, is there some kind of wireless thing you can just go from page to page, but you'd have to know, you know, they're viewing it and you're opposite of the viewing.
Like
Could it be on-
like it's
could it be on
sending
your
them a
phone?
link to their
Oh.
computer?
You could get a wireless
Well, that's how it
mouse
goes.
Yeah.
Is
Um,
so there.
and control it.
But you'd have to see. what
Well, you
they're
can,
doing.
you
Or a touch
can,
screen.
yeah, you can take and have, like for a laptop, you can put the information on here that is on a pad or your phone and control it that way. Just like you can with Apple TV,
Okay. good.
if you have the right laptop. I can do that on my laptop at home. I don't know about this one, I've never tried it. But you've got to have some way so they can see it and you can see it too. And I always love the people who have the Apple TV, because it's so easy. They just turn it on and you just sling it right up on the screen and away you go. Makes it nice and easy. So.
So on here,
It's slick.
the
Mhm.
old logo and company name, are they gonna change that?
Yeah, that's all gonna go away. They're gonna change it.
When?
I don't know. They're
Because-
they're saying by the end of this week was what they were telling us.
Because Ayub's last email that I saw had the Coldwell Banker Realty
Yeah.
Mhm.
on it.
Yeah.
Of course, with the new logo.
Yep. So the, let me see something here. My account.
Right. I have a shot coming up.
All
so
right,
I've got
I'm gonna see if there's a way that I can change it in here. I don't think so. I think they have to.
Okay.
Profile.
If you have the sellers looking at the screen, you can download that same thing on your phone. You see on page one, this is what you're viewing and get a little feeling and just keep
Yeah, I
changing
suppose.
it in your phone.
Yeah, there's no way
Works for
to.
you.
Templates.
Otherwise, you're sitting with, you're sitting on the same line of viewing what's on the laptop. But
Yeah. No, there's no way to get into
I always
that.
want to see them face to face, not on my side.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I
It
mean,
bugs
they
me.
have a computer and you can send a link and you're on the same page.
No. One thing, guys, once you've got this the way you want it, okay, you can save this as a template. So once you've decided what presentation pages you want and the order, so you can change this order. So the getting started page, if you want to move that down to the bottom, you just grab it, drag it, put it where you want to. If you want that to go after net proceeds, there we go. You can change it, okay? If you click Save as Template, it'll save this as a template so that the CMA pages that you want are in that template, okay? So save as template, so you want to do custom title, Emmy. Okay, and that's for seller. It's going to be in my templates. So when you go back in and you're searching for your template, you'll scroll all the way to the bottom and you'll see your custom templates there. Okay.
But you're saying you can use that for any new listing?
Correct.
Okay.
Right. See here, I've got one that I saved for recruiting. Okay. All right.
a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Oh, we've got some people who actually joined us online. Any questions online? I just unmuted you. No questions? All right. This was recorded, so I will get this out to everyone today.
Tell them, send them the test in 5 minutes.
Yeah, they said to tell you guys there's a study because there's a test in 5 minutes. All right, I'm going to log out now. So you guys online, thank you for coming, and we'll get this out to everybody and on the video. All right, bye. No problem.
Good stuff, the old Moxie.